Greetings, everyone. It is I, Kikoski, welcoming you to the stream. The pre-stream, to be exact, where you have the opportunity to get here, get comfortable, and get ready for me playing some King of the Castle. With me and all of you trying to stop one another. You're gonna succeed, I'm gonna fail, but I did win last time. Which was 2 weeks ago, because last week rather, I wasn't streaming the game, because it had been a Monday. It had absolutely been a Monday. Hello, Ziggy Zaff. I hope you are doing well this day. And Sapbrook is here too. Everyone's here too. I'm glad to see that we have immediately banned the sale of jeweled crabs. Will Kiko try to earn money? Money for crabs? No, I mean, we don't have the patricians, so there will be no money for crabs. Boo, boo indeed, I know. But there will be no crab sales. Hello, Deus. Hello, Alias, TomTom, Ziggy. Nice Star Wars session. Yesterday got a good bit of behind it. Marvellous. I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. Hello, Mankind's Emperor. I am doing well, thank you. I am just doing my pre-stream, waiting for people to turn up so that we can, whoops, can't stick around. You know, Kikowski is blanking that. Well, funnily enough, you're already here. Hello, Ghidorah. I did a thing and de-aged myself. Hello again. Also, oh no, so many crabs. The market can't keep up with the crab. It's a good thing we preemptively banned the sale of crabs. It's a good thing we did. We just went, nope, nope. Ah, beard gone. Ah, yes, the beard is gone. You ready to kill the king? Oh, don't worry. You'll have to get in line for everyone else. You'll have to get in line with everyone else, I'm afraid. So yeah, meanwhile, my life continues to get more and more hectic. Moving stuff accelerates forward. Kiko struggles to find things to put on his throne wish list. Kiko presses the tangy button on the stream deck. It posts. I pressed it twice. It posts 2 tangies. You now have 2 tangies. Oh yeah, the game is incredibly nice. First stream I've made it to. Well, if you do stuff with the plugin, you can participate and watch as everything goes horribly wrong. Kiko puts Land Raider on throne. No. Kiko has not put a Land Raider on throne. Kiko has instead put movement trays. Because if he's going to eventually have a an old Fantasy Battles army, he's going to need a way to actually move them about on the board. So, I've got that. Me personally, I'm always loyal to the Conqueror King. Well, funnily enough, we were just a Conqueror King last time, unfortunately. You missed that one. We actually managed to get a military victory. I managed to get one of every generic type of victory now. I haven't got both of each type, but I have got one of each type. Kiko plays Action 52 on throne? No. No. I'm actually running out of things to put on. We had Spider Cavalry, we had a Golem, we had lots of things. Our kingdom is a thriving place for military power. Thriving. This admittedly was after many failed attempts to do the same thing, but eventually Action 52 on hard mode, or cheetah, all the time. No. Hello there, Abyss, but it got to the point where it's like, hey, what's your chance of winning at this thing? 100%. Ah, what's your chance at winning at this? 100%. I think it's the first time I've ever had like 100% and 100%. I was guaranteed to win. Hello, Sonia. How you doing? Hope you doing well. I'm so shook that Sonia's here that I'm going to post a jitters. Look at that jitters. Behold! Behold the swole. Shook! So shook. Someone go find the pitchforks and torches. Don't worry. I know you all know where they are. D&D stopped early. Yeah! Demogorgon, yeah. I've actually fought Demogorgon in D&D. What factions are they going to be? We have the Marches, the North, and the Grandees. I believe those are the three. I will actually... King Lynde II. Fantastic beard. Yep, Barons of the March, Chiefs of the North, Grandees of the South. Grandees of the South. Look at our fine hat. There should be the thing active. We want the Chiefs to win, for the record. Do we? I thought we want nobody but me to win. We have a very strong military right now, so you would be hard-pressed to... Like, a rebellion might not go super well. We, the Chiefs, definitely want the Chiefs to win. That is true. You absolutely do. That is true. People who are with the Chiefs want the Chiefs to win.
Mayhem!
And in other news, Derpy there just subbed 30 months in a 24-month streak. Thank you ever so much. That is so, so kind of you. What's the King's goal? I don't know. I have no idea. We will find out when I start. We will find out. Could go for military again, but not sure. Not sure. The short term is not to perish. This is true. Alternatively, the short term is to find the most ridiculous way to perish. No, the game's not started yet. No. We are at the beginning of the reign. Right at the beginning. We tend to go through, like, one reign per stream. Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps. I'll show you the kingdom in a moment. Short term is to find a pit. Long term is to throw a person... No!
Mayhem! Yippee!
That is then Treto there with 52 months and 52 months streak. Thank you ever so much. Long live the king. Really? Totally. There is some doubt there. So, this is the kingdom right now. You may notice a slight leaning into military. You may notice that we have 10 military for the Grandees, 8 military for the Barons, and 6 military for the Chiefs. We are a mighty kingdom. A mighty kingdom. We also have a combined 25 in farming. In fact, the only thing that's really bad is faith for the Chiefs, and a bit of trade is a bit weak. Trade is a bit average. Faith is overall good, apart from there.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Oh, probably, but we might go for that. Time for Fishman! I mean, it might be. Shield of Hope there with 32 months on a 28-month streak. Thank you ever so much. That is so awesomely kind of you, thank you. Hey, you never know. Maybe we might get back up to 300 Twitch subs today. That'd be neat. Yeah, we only just started. So, who knows what Defiance will end up like later. Literally, it is spring of 1018, the start of everything. Defiance always starts at 2, unless it's the faction that put the king/queen on the throne, whereupon it goes, that's at 0. Manorth looks down and just sees the March getting rich off crab. More crab! Oh dear. Hello, Healbot. How you doing? But yeah. Would be good if stuff... I might in the future actually have to focus more on things like Twitch sub goals. Might have to have a little like thing in the corner of like, this is how much Twitch sub I need to make sure I don't starve. That'd be neat. I like not starving. I think most people do, truth be told. I think most people do. Me too. Me too. I like that as well. Also, I like that we only know so much of the map. We don't know about lots of places. Like, we haven't heard anything about Dania. Ever. Ooh. Hooray for continued biological processes. Thank you very much, Spook there. 200 bits. That is so kind of you. Apparently, 30-odd seconds for a hype train. That's something I haven't had for a while. I don't anticipate it'll happen, but it's always greatly appreciated whenever it does. A pouch of gold. Let's get it done. Oh no! Alia's there with 100 bits. Uh-oh. 18 seconds. It's all going crazy already. Or not. But I appreciate the bits. I always appreciate the bits.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Uh-oh! Never mind, that's Bombfy there, gifting a sub. That's the 11th sub you've gifted. That is so kind of you. And Tiny Train there sneaking in 49 months on a 49-month streak. Hip Train, go! It's a good thing my hips work. They do not lie either. That was very close. It was almost a hype train sandwich. A pouch of Here's my remaining bits. Yeah, I appreciate. You don't have to hand over bits or subs. I appreciate anything anyone gives, though.
Mayhem!
And that's Wolfhead there summing. 49 months. I said watching your replay Lands of Lore. Hopefully it takes me 8 years, like your first Lands of Lore video. Only missing 10 episodes, getting there by 2 weeks, still want a replay of Lands of Lore. I'm not sure we're ever going to get a replay. I think my playthrough there was pretty much like the grand opus. It could be the case, though. Maybe one day that I stream Lands of Lore. Also, there is Deus gifting a sub. That is the 90th sub you've ever gifted. That's incredibly kind of you. Ooh, a pouch of gold. Buy no crabs. We will not. We will not buy crabs. This is true. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing... Oh, no, Ada there with the no money. The zero money of Ada. I do like getting hype trains. They're quite neat. They are neat. I also like getting things, but generally I just like entertaining you all. Don't worry, Ada. There might be more money in the future. I can't promise that because we went really, a long time without getting the golden choice thing. You tie Kingdom's money into crab. No! This, by the way, is a nation that had to deal with hyperinflation. That didn't go that well. Ooh, a pouch more arrows for Kiko's Birthright Archers Fund. You know, fun fact, I did find my copy, my CD copy of Birthright the Gorgon's Alliance. Have packed it up, so at some point that will be a thing that can happen, potentially. Find a way to get it working. Always happy to watch Kiko streams and support them. I appreciate it. Ooh, do hype bits contribute to hyperinflation? I mean, they inflate the amount that goes to make sure I don't starve. I hope they don't make hyperinflation. I can't afford that. Thank you all, though. It's incredibly kind of you. I'm going to say yes. It wasn't crabs that bankrupted the kingdom. It wasn't. It was the previous monarch. With their just print more money. And I'm like, this can't possibly go wrong. And then it went wrong. And then it went hugely wrong.
Mayhem! Yippee!
That's Wolfsy there. Wolfsley, rather, gifting 2 subs. That's the first 2 you've ever gifted. That is incredibly kind of you. I blame North for bankrupting us. Oh, dear. I see already it has begun. The silly has begun. Thank you all ever so much. It's going to be an interesting stream because I have like in the back of my head the whole house stuff, and you don't know when that's going to like kick off properly. Ooh, Ragged's in there with 300 bits. Thank you ever so much. Free money! That's really appreciated. I really appreciate it. I truly do. We are only 8 subs away from that 300. It was expensive to rebuild the castle. It was very expensive. It was very expensive. But it is greatly appreciated. Like even if we don't get to 300, I can't do anything but thank you all for being so awesome. I can't. You're all just so amazing. Hype Train is a level 4. It is. It's very much at level 4. It's very much at level 4. It's more than 3. By quite a bit. We will start in just about 4 minutes. We'll click that coronation, and we'll get things going. Actually, we'll click on counts and introductions first. Then we'll do coronation, then we'll do that path to victory. And then we bankrupt ourselves immediately. Could do that. Could just instantly bankrupt ourselves. Is it not? Remember, chat, it is not yet time to break the Kiko. I mean, you can absolutely break the Kiko. I don't mind. You always manage to break me when I least expect it anyway. Hello, Landlock, how you doing? You always manage to break me. You're like, I'm just doing stuff. Do-do-do-do-do. And it's like, oh, what's this? Blah! And then I just get, like, bombarded with stuff. It just happens. It's like, suddenly that happens. I'm like, meh! I love that out of all of the emotes from Stellaris, Lizard Doom managed to endure. Also, Junevan. What we gather is the North is their war hungry, the South for money, the pockets, and the Barons are just crab. just crab. It's all crab. Crab all the way down. And you all being awesome as well. Who is Junevan? That is a good question. I don't know is the answer to that question. I don't know. It is a good question. Oh no, people are posting there's also the Frofrondo. Crabs have been added to Kiko's throne. No! I don't want crabs. What? If you spend all the money to get crabs, why not just hand the money? The money would be much better. We have so many exclamation mark commands. We do. Hello, June, but this is Robbie Cobb. My lord, we have brought you this beautiful gift of 100 crabs. No! Ooh, a pouch of gold. Reject crabs, embrace spiders. Superior arthropod. Oh no. Well, the good news is we are very close to getting started, and my throat there was very close to just going Bleh. You have no job. What are you doing? You have been preying on you of death. Great! We have spider cavalry. This is definitely not going to go against us in the future. This will absolutely go against us in the future. Something awful will happen, and it will be bad. Sire, the crabs have evolved into lobsters. The economy is ruined, but deliciously ruined. Deliciously ruined. Yeah, it was. So long ago, we barely even remember it. Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Alright, let's meet the chiefs. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with us lot. In the south, may the ninth bless your reign, your holiness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. Hail and well met, my liege. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom up into shape. May I go conquer some... I don't know. We like Finn folk really here. And immediately they start arguing. Is this what your parents fought so hard for? Yeah, it really is. King has hair. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your parent, but now it's time for you to wear the crown. Thank you very much for the hype train. That was really, really awesome of you. Like, really awesome. Also, if you're curious, it was a hype train of 9 subs and over 1,000 bits. Really kind of you all, thank you. Leaves us just 8 shy of 300. Let's get this over with then. Shall we call the nobles in? So our choices are: host a lavish parade, proceed with a religious ceremony that honours the 9th, throw the king in the river, troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. I mean, we could make our military even more ridiculous. I'm gonna let you all decide. Oh, people they're divided. Good to see that we're starting as you mean to go on by yeeting me into the river. Just in the river we go, sploosh. Yup. Sploosh. I don't know. You've made it a tradition, apparently. Hello, Gnosis. Throw the king in the river. It's been decided, then. The king shall be thrown in the river. So it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallows with a cheer. When you climb back up, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination or some of the nobles giggling? They totally are. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your parent out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I mean, we could go for the other conquering one. I don't remember if the other one, however, is stability or authority. I know, the war with the Kingdom of the South was farming. You know what? Let's see if we can go with it. Warrior King is sure to be remembered fondly. If he wins more battles than he loses. We'll see how we do, won't we? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. This is not going to end well. None of this is going to end well. Birther of the Bonfiem bloodline, the charismatic Marcher Hunter stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When do the barons of the March ever back down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Treasury? Lower others' military or lower stability? Ooh. Ooh, those are not good choices. Those are not good choices. Well, looks like we have raised treasury. The barons want to incite a peasant uprising to overthrow the king before swooping in to steal the throne for themselves. To advance this scheme, they must raise the treasury to 2,000 or more in 2 seasons. Medal note, spend money. Henry of the Kirby Pink clan, notorious Northern Elder, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Chiefs of the North, we all know but I shall be on the throne of this impostor Lynde the Second. How do we make that happen? Raise stability, raise own military, lower all faith. We've seen Hornblower before. Ragnarok! Oh. I mean, that's a thing we could do. I can't really stop that one. Sure, why not? Let's end everything. I think we've already had one of the paths for this, though. The Chiefs plan to make... Oh no, the Chiefs plan to make an alliance with the Ice Giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak, or the Giants won't take their proposal seriously. You must raise their military to 5 or more. Yeah, that ain't happening. We ain't lowering that one. Ezra, the Healbot FH lineage, charismatic former priest, stands bathed in sunlight, droning as if in a daze. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South. This is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Lower stability, lower own defiance, lower stability. We've already done excommunication before. Subterfuge might be interesting, or doppelganger. We haven't seen doppelganger happen before. Oh! What happens when it's a draw? Subterfuge. The Grandees plan to replace the King's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. You must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Huh. That one we can sort of deal with. That one I can deal with. This one we just can't right now. Well, the Monarch's golden choice is there. But there's also the iron choice. A contentious sail, your honor guard, a mysterious ship. Let's start with the honor guard. Your Majesty, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you hold a battle royale to choose your honor guard? If you let us host it in the marsh, I'll even pay for it. And the spectacle will boost our economy massively. Of course, I'm confident the March of Veterans will win. Your Majesty, this is pointless. Why don't you just choose your honor guard and be done with it? I'm gonna choose my honor guard as a normal. Each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chief with their most famous warrior heroes, the grandees with the fierce battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. You know what? I know who we're gonna go with. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. We do need an honor guard. We're going with the Southern Battle Nuns. I'll make the arrangements at once. The Battle Nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn masks betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind your throne. There we go. You can't? Your orders will protect you, Your Majesty. I don't believe you. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. Baron Zebo Zerace is trying to steal my bear from under my nose. Oh, it's the bear again. Bear? It's not his bear. I was about to buy this beast from the adventurer in the Tatterlands when Chief Urbis turned up shouting and raving about Skurinon. Oh, I've heard about this bear again. Who is Skurinon? The northern goddess of medicine and knowledge. The bear wears her mark upon her brow, clear as day. I suppose this is a matter for the council. Mark my words, if this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs, there'll be trouble. I mean... Why don't we have a bidding war? I mean, you both like money. Let's do money. Everyone likes to do money. Whose pockets are deeper? Whose pockets are deeper? This way I'm not making favorites. You know, you can bid for it. Encourage a bidding war between the two nobles. In a furious back and forth, the nobles battle it out for ownership of the bear. Eventually, Baroness Zevo wins out, but Tatlin's adventure is delighted and goes away with more money than she knows what to do with. Naturally, the chiefs aren't happy they've lost their sacred symbol, but there's little they can do. The bear turns out to be a fearsome creature with bright white fur and intense green eyes, and she's vast, even on all fours. She stands taller than a wagon. I mean, it might give you something as the thing of Farsight. What if one of their goals at the end requires more authority? She's transported to the march, sedated on special herbs. Baron Zevo Zerace anticipates sellout attendance at her zoo. Your Majesty, a shipwreck has appeared on the edge of my estate, and it's not even from the north. Its name is a Gloria, and it bears the Marcher flag. That vessel went missing a few months back. We feared she was lost at sea. Well, she's been found on land, right on top of my favourite picnic spot. My villagers discovered only one survivor on board, a Marcher sailor. He claims to remember nothing of what happened. Ugh, my head's killing me. It has been ever since I woke up. I'll be honest, you look awful. I feel awful, Your Highness. I swear I didn't do anything. Last remember, we were sailing along Marcher waters. Then nothing. This poor soul needs looking after. We must care for him in one of our monasteries. No, we must interrogate him further. I must know why the ship is on my land. Ooh! So, I have an idea, people. Alright. Everyone that's not the barons, how about we pay a scholar to help him recover his memory, thus meaning that the barons can't progress. I mean, you don't want the barons to win. The barons are like, darn it! Leave the sailor to recover alone, and the wreck to moulder away. Oof! I'll gladly pay 1,000 for this. A scholar from Quill University quickly arrives. She checks the sailor's throat, pokes and prods his head with calipers, and makes him inhale a foul-smelling vapour. This is the most serious case of memory loss I've seen in a long time. Technically, this man should be a gibbering mess on the floor. Hey, I'm right here! Your Majesty, I need more time to handle this. It's alright, if we don't get to the end of this, we won't be able to, invade anyone. Ah, I see there is an opportunity for the chiefs to raise their military even further. With sea. That way you can absolutely assure the fact that no one is going to take away your things. We're gonna have an and B. An E! There's a battle going on! There's a have at thee! I can't help you! Maybe when I get rid of the monarch's vote. Looks like C and E are going to win. C and B are going to win. Huh. Fund P0. I don't think P is an option, Ada. Just gonna throw that out there. Ooh, B is only slightly away from edging it out. However, yeah, as predicted. A little bit of lower stability, that's fine. Have to do something with my 0 gold. Let's find a spouse. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men? Women? Don't you mind? We'll go with men. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Meanwhile, the capital proposal. We are blessed. Our soldiers are renowned throughout the kingdom and beyond. We've awarded so many medals they can serve as plate mail in a pinch, Your Highness. Why don't I transfer some of our best troops to help police the capital? They'll improve security and show the Southern Army for what it is, the pride of the kingdom. You want to station soldiers in the capital? Your Greatness, think of a threat to your security. Let us make use of them instead. Well... I feel like this is a really bad idea. Because I'll be nearly broke. That said... we do sort of want to be a bit broke. We do sort of want to be broke. Suddenly everyone's like, nah, just leave them. I mean, you can. I'm just saving my veto for when it will actually matter. Leave the troops where they belong. The Grandee see the King's response as an insult to their military strength and return to the south in a huff. That's fine. Meanwhile... Your Highness, it's been a terrible fire in the city of Tinameska. Where once were buildings, there is now a field of smoldering ash. Dozens of peasants have died. What caused the fire? Some soldiers stationed in the city got drunk and were fooling around. They tried burning a stick to a cow's tail as a prank, but the beast went mad and ran through the city, setting hundreds of fires. Poor cow. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Well... Nope, too broke. I mean... Huh. You know what? No. Let's veto that one. I have a plan. I have a plan. It's a good plan. It's very cunning. We shall rebuild the city exactly as it was. You order the immediate reconstruction of Tinameska. The cheap wooden houses take no time to build and are soon populated by candle-wielding, dry blanket-bearing common folk. What could go wrong? Oh boy, we're so poor. Somewhere in the march, a group of barons are touring Baron Spook's impressive trophy room. Once a tour is over, a bottle of brandy is uncorked, and the barons settle down for some light treason as a treat. Treason! Gadzooks, what happened? The king's broke. He's got less money than when we started. It's as if he's determined to be as frivolous and wasteful as he possibly can. It's got to stop. Aye, then we better get to it. Try to persuade him to save up a bit. Open the savings account with the bank. Bribe him if you have to. The Baron's aim is to raise treasury to 2,000 or more. Well, I mean... that's a way to get some money. Little bit of a hike up in our rates. There we go. I don't have any wealth. No, you don't. Eligible options. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young man from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. I take tax by 0 money. Ah, but I'm taxing your income so that you continue to have 0. Yes, I know. Let's see these people. First, we have the firstborn son of a northern Voronel clan. He's your typical northerner lad, big, brawny, and honest. In the same way an axe to the face is honest. Even among the northerners, he's made something of a name for himself as a fearsome warrior. Had a bit of controversy a while back when his clan hall burned down. Apparently his peasants were to blame. What else do we have? From the south, Rudolfo, the eldest son of the Master Gregster lineage. Famed for his wit, his style, and, as you can see, his good looks. He's got in trouble with the Inquisition for his interest in potion brewing and the occult, but shows no sign of quitting. He's got grand plans by all accounts. He wants to change the world. And finally, we have the March's offering, Felix, scion of the prestigious Shield of Hope bloodline. A typical baron, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow. He also got into a fight with the local bishop a couple of years back. Gave him a bloody nose. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? By picking someone, of course, you'll find a candidate in any of the regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I have made my decision. We are going with Felix of the March. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Felix of the March. My liege, I fear our menagerie is failing to thrive. We thought the bear would be the star of the show, but she just sits in her enclosure looking sad. No one wants to see her. Of course she's sad. She's meant to roam the frozen tundra, not hanging around in your scrubby woods. Actually, we wondered if she'd like some company. Perhaps the Tatterlands would yield another bear for her of her type. Ooh. The Baron should put on a grand feast for the bear. I mean, I'm gonna veto this one, but there's absolutely a bear feast. Come on, people, the bear feast. Feed the bear. Oh, no bankruptcy? Funny that. I don't want bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is bad. Also, you know what's good, though? Rome wish list. Pretty neat. There's a link right there. There's 65 of you here, by the way. Thanks ever so much. It ain't 100, that's true. And you know, 95% is basically 0. Baron Zevo Zorace gathers her best cuts of meat and puts on a vast bear banquet. She tucks in with gruesome gusto. With a now cheerful bear, the popularity of Zevo Zorace's menagerie grows and grows. People flock to visit, with plenty of coin in their pockets. Yay! Your Majesty, I'm pleased to say that our research on that amnesiac soldier has borne fruit. The fellow who turned up on the northern estate? He's remembered his adventure. It only took a bit of lead tincture, some fasting, a little bloodletting to clear his head. The Gloria came into contact with a wizard. No wonder the sailor won't remember anything. He was addled by the wizard's powers. The ship will have magical residue clinging to it too. A most exciting phenomenon. Wait, you're saying the wreck is dangerous? Oh, immensely! Then it must be destroyed! No, it's vital that we investigate the phenomenon. We might never see its like again. Destroy the wreck entirely, send a scholar to investigate the ship, or ignore it. No need to stir things up. I see people are divided. I mean, people want to see what happens with the magic ship, right? You want to see what happens with the magic ship. It's magic. Right? We've seen it before. Alright, well, in which case, we can't send adventurers. You know what? We want the magic ship. Look, we can have a different thing happen when we figure out the magic of the ship. Besides, this gives someone money. And we all want money, don't we? We all want money. Free money! I mean, look, if the golden choice turns up, I will pick it. Dang, we don't want to raise authority, but we do want to see what happens with the ship. The ship's cool! As soon as the university hears about this mysterious find, scholars scramble to join Valeria's team. Quail University pays Chief Threatened a stipend for Valeria and her students to stay on her estate while they study. You await the results. Well, it's probably cursed, yeah. Meanwhile, in the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grandy Andy the Grunt is strolling through their vineyard with the company of a few close friends. The kingdom's fine. No one's calling for the king's advisors to resign. We need to step it up. More chaos. More panic. Then we can swoop in and offer the king an olive branch. Yes, and if he doesn't want to take it, we'll smack him with it until he gives in. The Grandee's aim is the lowest ability to 4 or less. Ooh, oh. These are not good choices. These are really bad choices. I'm not picking swing votes. Gives you too much power. I don't want to give you that power. No! The fact that you're going boo, pointing at the screen here at your chat, the fact that you're saying boo tells me that not giving you this is the right idea. Trust us, Kiko. No, we're also not betting the treasury because I want the treasury to stay low. I'm actually going to leave things as they are. The royal wedding already? The King of No was a few runs ago, that's true. The wedding to Felix is naturally a talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Felix at your side. Do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband? I do. Then I now pronounce you king and husband. After the wedding, of course, there is a feast. And after the feast, a dance. Your new husband Felix dances so vigorously that he spills wine all over himself. By the time you find yourself alone with Felix, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Good God, I'm so drunk. Yet somehow not drunk enough. Time for more wine. Servants, bring us wine. Ha ha, that's the spirit. Well, clearly I know what we need to do here. Shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? He swigs the last dregs of wine and leads you to bed. More wine. Ooh. A rogue golem has once again crossed into our territory over the Ashmeaden border, Your Highness. This means that there's a second one. This is amazing. Why did it cross? It was instructed to dig a trench, but evidently told not when to stop. It has dug a 16-mile burrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this magic golem works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the chiefs and grandees. Golems are an offence to the ninth god, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. Alright. Hear me out, people. I mean, hear me out. We could add it to the army. You want a golem, don't you, barons? You could have 2 golems. I know, but it could fail this time, Frithland. We saw it succeed. Have we seen it fail? No, we don't want C. I'll tell you why we don't want C. We don't want C because the chief's next objective will be raising trade. And we don't want trade to go too high. That's why we don't want C. If you're not a chief, you don't want C. Like, that's a big thing. We'll take D over it. We could just destroy it. But I think we shall see if we can add it to the army. Watch it explode. This is when it explodes. And hey, if it explodes, we get to see explosion dialogue. It is very close. It is less close now. Oh, it's close again. Come on. Explosion, explosion, explosion. You miss 60% shots 40% of the time. Give it a go. We know from first-hand experience how well these golems fight. It'll be a wonderful addition to our troops. At first, all goes well. For a while, the golem obeys orders like a good little soldier. But then... Terrible news, my liege! The Baron's new toy went stark mad. Ran into the barracks and killed 100 sleeping soldiers before it could be put down. I suspect this was an Ashmeadian trick, sending us a golem with instructions to sabotage us. And we fell for it, damn it! Oh dear. It's fine. Valeria and her band of scholars have returned from the wreck of the Gloria, Your Majesty. I can't make head nor tail of their nonsense. Good, I love nonsense. There's a labyrinth within the ship. A labyrinth that goes deep into the earth or into the sky. It was very confusing. Some of my researchers were lost, but no matter. We're going back to find the center. We could send guards this time. I'm going to say that no to this. The Ashmeadians, remember, y'all stole one last reign. They did. They were like, this time, we'll get them. This time, we'll send them. It's like, beep, boop, what is my purpose? Wreck stuff. I can do that. Beep, boop. Hello, I am friendly robot. Do I want to wreck stuff? No, I will not wreck stuff. Seems legit. Oh no, it was not legit! Was there ambition? I don't know. We'll find out. Send guards! Chief Frithland arranges for the team of heavily armed soldiers to accompany Valeria's investigators on their second attempt. As the scholars and soldiers set off, they're already chatting amiably amongst themselves. Chief Frithland and the other chiefs tell anyone who will listen that the scholars will return in one piece. It seems the barons are flooding your treasury with gold! No! No, they are not. However, far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok. Praise Morgana! Initial talks of the ice giants are going so well they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. The gods are good. With luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Aye, the ice giants are a formidable ally, tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks. And those southerners don't know how to fight like we do. But first, we must offer them something they desire. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage? Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage, you must raise trade in the other regions to a combined total of 12 or more, right? So, grandees and barons, lower trade. Lower trade, barons and grandees. But money, yeah, but the chief's ending the world. We don't want that. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Lynde, dearest, I have something for you. It's something I brought back from my latest hunt. A trophy! Felix takes you by the hand and leads you to the great hall where a white sheet hangs from some statue that wasn't there before. When he pulls the sheet free and it falls to the floor, the taxidermied figure of a great brown bear is revealed, snarling in anger as if ready to attack. Fearsome! This will be perfect for instilling some fear in the nobles. The bear makes a fine addition to the council's chambers. Your nobles give it nervous glances every time they enter the room. Your Majesty, we've been hearing disturbing new rumblings from the university. What manner of rumblings? Nasty rumours of secret nighttime meetings in one of the older libraries. The rumour is they are examining the rules of succession, the very rules that put you on the throne. Who knows what conclusions they may come up to? Oh. I mean, we probably want to find out what's going on. They're not harmless. We have the money to spend. We can spend it. We're looking up stuff. This is interesting new stuff. I've not seen this series of events before. We are paying a spy. Your spy is sent to Quill University disguised as a student of metaphysics and is given a bag of gold to use for bribes. Excellent. We'll figure out that. Oh. We'll figure out that in a moment. Valeria and her scholars have returned from the shipwreck, Your Greatness. Are they alright? We unearthed the ship's log. The Gloria came into contact with a wizard living in an iceberg. And by came into contact, I mean crashed into. This wizard was fatally injured in the collision. Perhaps in an attempt to get help, or perhaps in a final act of revenge, he boarded the ship and teleported all the way to the north. So what now? A dead wizard is likely still aboard the ship. We could mount another expedition to retrieve the body. Or better yet, destroy this stupid wreck and give me my land back. Oh! We can't hire adventurers. We are too poor. You want to destroy the ship? I ship it. Oh no. It's either destroy the ship or keep the whole thing quiet. I say we try and cover this up. Hey, if this goes wrong, it'll probably lower our authority, okay? Either way, I win. Sometimes being too poor to do something when you're the king is useful. Wouldn't authority break even in that case? I don't know, it might go down by 2. I don't know. Watch the ship not be able to be destroyed. Oh! Snuck in at the end! Keep the whole thing quiet and forbid discussion of the wreck. You ban discussion of the Gloria, and the peasants return to their farms with greater vigour. If a few memories go missing here and there, that's hardly your concern. That went well! Oh, it'll backfire horrendously, it's alright. Okay, people. May I wholeheartedly recommend... D. No, wait, not D. Not B. Don't do B. B is bad. And if they go B, we cancel it with D. So just go D. We need D. And immediately there is B. No, we need D. We don't want the money to go up. We don't want trade to go up. We want trade to stay where it is. This is very important. Grandees, do you want to lose? Because this is a great way to lose. Oh yeah, it won't. That's very true. It won't. But it will prevent F. And if we get D and F, B won't happen. The Grandees might not lose. All it takes is some bad decisions and stability plummets. It's really not. Also, you don't know what the... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That's pretty bad. However, bankruptcy looms. The treasury's almost empty, Your Highness. What do you suggest we do? Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. Could get a bank loan or sell crown jewels. Crack open some tombs. We are not printing more money. We're going to sell off some royal jewellery. We're not printing money. You auction off dozens of necklaces, 5 gold rings, and a jeweled scepter. It is a humiliating affair. Selling off symbols of power makes you look weak and desperate. Still have 8 authority. Oh, look at this tiara. Fetching, isn't it? Don't mind if I do. Hey, check out this scepter. It's like I'm the king. Your marriage to Felix has grown strong and steady like an old castle. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's missing. You need a kid. You need someone young, whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're illegitimate, or the youngest of your many cousins. We'll have a child together. I tell you what, I've done a great job of balancing Defiance. Defiance has been brilliant in this run. This whole season has just been events here. You're aware of the ice giants, I hope. Brutish creatures that live in the frozen wastes beyond our northern borders. And time before time, they ruled the north and kept people as slaves. The chiefs are willing to let bygones be bygones. They're forging an alliance with the giants to bring down your kingdom. It's worse than I thought. Quite. My intelligence suggests the chiefs are offering up the kingdom as plunder for the giants when the time comes. It's not often I say this, but the kingdom's strong economy is a problem. Even ice giants can sense such a lucrative opportunity. What am I supposed to do? Tank my economy? That would certainly be one strategy, yes. Send tribute to the ice giants. Alright, people. If you're not a chief, we need to do this. No. No. If you're not a chief, we need to send tribute to the giants. How much trade do the chiefs need? Is A enough? Yes, A will be enough, because it will tank all the kingdom. Chiefs vote B. Yeah. We're not building a wall. We need A. Well, you don't have the wall as an option. The wall is not a choice. Why are grandees voting for C? C means the chiefs win. Okay, I have some genuine questions here. No, it won't be fine. Military isn't going to help there. That's not how this event works. So, pretty much anyone who wasn't a chief that voted for C sabotaged your own faction. The council has decided not to act. Even the threat of an ice giant invasion isn't enough to get them off their backsides. They might have done. They definitely won't if they vote to do nothing. The chance of victory is better than no chance of victory. Like, that's the thing. If you decide to vote not to have a chance, then you definitely won't win. Back in the north, Cheap Landlocked Second is hosting yet another feast in her clan hall. Mead is being passed through around a good measure and some chiefs are dancing. They only mean two things. Really good news or really bad news. That's the thing, Alias. Really bad things that happen in the game can, like, lower stability by 2 or 3. Pass me a drink, you old lout. I'm drinking until my ancestors feel it. Were those ice giants I saw on my way through your lands? Have you really done it? Your eyes don't deceive you, lass. They'll be marching with us come the morrow. The gods are good, but what happens after the ice giants march? Axe and my ancestors hadn't thought about that. Someone, fetch me another drink, then assemble the other chiefs. Quickly, damn you! Lower authority? Oh, okay. Okay. Lower authority or lower stability? Whew! Alright, this isn't so terrible. Right, Grandees, you now have to work to actually help me win. Unfortunately, because lowering stability will basically allow the chiefs to win. There won't be much left of the palace after this, but we'll build a new one, bigger and fancier with more bones. More bones! Ale sloshes all over the floor as Chief Landlocked teeters on the edge of a bench. Granny can still win by rebellion. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Authority is 8. Either way, we'll sort it out when we're done pillaging. For now, let's party! We do need to make sure the kingdom is sufficiently unstable, don't forget. Will they unite and repel us, ice giants or no? For the final stages of the scheme, they must lower stability to 5 or less. Yeah, no. So, now you have to keep stability up. Their stability goal is higher than your stability goal. Or you could initiate Ragnarok. No. How about we don't initiate Ragnarok? And instead I give the Grandees a tax break. Folly of the Spy. Uh-oh. Your Majesty, the spy you sent to the university has been picked up by the Palace Watch. Picked up how exactly? Hauled from the river, Your Majesty, after a boating mishap. The young spy has entered the student body, taken up drinking, and now spends his time composing modern three-syllable poetry. Your Majesty? Have you discovered the university's secret? Something found. Big bad fact. I knew it, Your Majesty. The university is definitely plotting against the crown. Perhaps they're even looking to prove your succession was not legitimate. Let's call a vote on our next move. If you can brook the delay, Your Majesty. Cripple the university financially. I mean... more information is good. Yeah, more information is good. It's alright, I know what I'm doing with this vote. I know what I'm doing. Kind of. Maybe. We must know more. Thank you, Your Highness. The spy is given an ice bath, strong black coffee, a fresh set of clothes, and a few more gold pieces before he's returned to the university. There is a jousting tournament. Your Majesty, the Barons of the Marsh have invited you to a jousting tournament. How delightfully rustic. I'd love to attend and support a knight. The Chancellor inclines the head politely. It wouldn't be my ideal day out, Your Majesty, but I'm sure you'll have a marvellous time. I definitely will not enter myself. This would be awful. Brr, the March of Winter has been especially cruel this year, Your Majesty. I can still feel it in my bones. Ha! You barons don't know the meaning of the word cold. Your Highness, this is no joke. I found the secret is lairs. It's not just about me. In the march, the river's frozen, and my people won't work for fear of frostbite. My butler touched an iron fence post and lost his entire finger. Punish the fence posts. Can't send food, bit too poor. I can't force you to pick one of them. This is turning out to be a very closely run thing. This is very closely run. Also, I'm going to post the tangy. There you go, have a tangy. It is the distraction tangy. Send northern troops to help clear snow and ice. Let's do it! Some northern mercenaries arrive in the march and get to work. They clear vast swathes of snow and ice with shovels and pickaxes. Though the air's still chilly, the marcher peasants quickly grow more confident about leaving their homes. Soon, merchants can come and go more easily. Markets set up again, and citizens waddle from store to store wrapped in huge furs. The march is well on their way to recovery. I mean, that's good. Finally, we have something to replace the monarch's vote. Let's go with the favoured competitor. The barons have assembled upon a jousting field, watching from tall stands. The place is buzzing with excitement. Welcome, one and all. We have a most thrilling guest today. Cheers erupt, and the nobles stamp so hard that the stands tremble. Your Majesty, the highest ranked knights of the tournament are applying for your favour. Yeah, Michael, I've got some bad news for you. That won't work. Like, the Marsh's troops will do nothing against the ice giants if stability gets low enough. 100% guarantee it. Yeah, the March is doing fantastic. First is Baron Mankind's Emperor the Cunning, who won every bout last year. Some claim that he cheated, but surely they're just jealous. Second is Baron Rackage II. No one thought he would succeed this year, but he obviously trained hard. People are calling him the underdog. Last is Chief Gnosis, the interloper. A surprise foreign contestant, but he qualified nonetheless. So, my liege, who will you favour? Chief Gnosis the interloper. Grumbling echoes around the watching barons, but Gnosis' Doc's group cheers wildly. You beckon him forward and affix the ribbon to his chest. The crowd cheers as he rides to his post. Whoop and cheer! Laughter ripples around the audience and cheering redoubles. The bout begins! Baron Mankind Emperor is his first opponent. Their horses stamp as the two jousters glare at each other across the field. Have at you! The jousters gallop toward each other. Gnosis' lance catches Mankind Emperor in the shoulder, but does not unseat him. But he is weakened. On Gnosis' next charge, he hits Mankind Emperor right in the chest. The horse stumbles, then throws him into a heap in the dust. Gnosis Doc wins the day, claims a hefty prize, and is on track to win the entire jousting championship. Hey! Oh, wait, all the other terrible events. Your Majesty, we're broke. We can't even afford to pay our sweepers. The capital streets are overflowing with trash. What can we do? Fortunately, Grandee the Hidden Boss has offered to lend a hand. The South is with you, Your Holiness. If we can help this beautiful city, we will. Ooh. I mean... Did I die? No. Interesting. I mean, that'll help the Grandees along. C will absolutely help the Grandees. Strongly encourage donations. The Grandee's Hidden Boss mouth falls open. Your Highness, that wasn't exactly what I... Well, yes, thank you so much, generous Grandees. Beaming, she hurries Grandee the Hidden Boss out of the chamber. Grumbling from the Grandees grows to a dull roar. That's fine. Behold, Your Holiness. Grandee Gevil pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of Grandee, the entire population of Mars. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression a frozen grimace. A sad sight, is it not? That's not a statue, is it? Astutely observed, Your Holiness. This is all that remains of my fellow Grandee. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the south. Isn't there a fairy tale about the Stone Maiden? Old women scare their children with tales of her, yes. She is a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Grandy the entire population of Mars in his latest vineyard inspection. Please, Your Holiness, we must do something. So long, Ghidorah. We could hire a wizard. Okay, people. Wizard. Do you want to see me hire a wizard? You want the wizard? We could do death by wizard. Yeah, wizard. There's Nello Chaos there with raiding with a party of 2. Thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Never trust a wizard, Your Majesty. I think everyone's trusting the wizard. Thank you ever so much for the raid. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Come on, you want to see a wizard, right? Wizard. Come on, people. Wizards. Apparently people do not want to see wizards. Consult the fairy tales for a solution. You sent for an expert folklorist from Quail University. According to legend, the Stone Maiden always stays far inland, away from the shore. Perhaps there's something there. That's the solution. A saline solution. She must react badly to seawater. You send a squad of knights, each armed with a blindfold and a bucket of seawater. To your great surprise, it works. As soon as she's drenched, the Stone Maiden shrieks and flees back to her underground lair, where she falls into an immortal slumber. You should have hired the wizard. See, this is what happens when you don't hire wizards. However, Baron Spook is hosting yet another tour of his trophy room. Once everyone has finished admiring the new stuff line, they settle down to discuss the real reason for their meeting. The commoners are getting rowdy, and it's all thanks to us. Now that they know how much wealth the king's hiding, they're itching to get rid of him. Careful we don't get him too riled up, mind you, or they'll start asking questions about our wealth as well. Aye, now's the time to incite some real chaos. Show them that King Lynde is not only greedy, he's utterly incompetent too. Right, so the grandees are now locked out of the game. The marchers and the grandees are locked out. No, let's not just vote for Ragnarok. I'm going for the alternate military ending. That's what I'm trying to go for. Yes, I'm trying to go for the other ending I haven't done. Let's just not vote for Ragnarok. Yeah, let's not just vote for Ragnarok. This is a true statement. Don't just vote for Ragnarok. Ragnar, don't! Spy returns again. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to my daughter. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your daughter. What is her name? Lynde 3. Huzzah, my liege. I'm sure Lynde 3 will be a chip of the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now, you just need to fulfill your ambition, win the game. Speaking of spies, the spy we sent back is returned, Your Majesty, with important information. It's a document, Your Majesty, a newly discovered document of original law in the ancient legal tongue. They are translating it. The rumour is Queen Alma wrote it in her own hand. A document written by Queen Alma has the power to overturn the ruling of the whole kingdom. We must bring this to the council's attention. Time to end this. Burn down the library of old law? I mean... we can just burn it down! I don't think that's a good idea. We might as well do C. Like, we might as well do C. You know, I'm gonna veto this one. Subtlety, I think, is required. I think subtlety is required. We are not sending in the soldiers, but we could pay someone to steal the document. Subtlety. The subtle touch. We can then hang it on our wall. A fine monument. This is weird. Like, stability is linked to everything here. Watch as this secretly raises stability again. It might! Subtlety is required. It's a good game. A thief from the Adventurers Guild is covertly hired. By cover of darkness, they open a high window and rappel down into the ancient library. By morning, the thief has returned with a fraying document. It's written in the legal language of the ancient kingdom, Your Majesty. It's quite impossible for any normal person to read. So? Steal me a scholar. It shall be done. The thief disappears in the night. By morning they return with a fraying scholar. I see you have the document, Your Majesty. It is indeed written by Queen Alma and declares the university a protected place. Any ruler breaching the university's laws by force must abdicate. I don't believe you. If you won't believe your scholars in a matter of learning, what's the use in having them, Your Majesty? You can write documents as well as read them, correct? Yes, Your Majesty, I could. But surely you're not asking me to forge a document by Queen Alma herself. Surely not. The decision is made. A better ancient legal text is proposed, and quickly. But what law should it impose? The provost of the university must marry a farm animal. I mean, come on! Come on! I want C, but come on! You want that one! This is funny! This is funny! Will Deus Phoenix be legally acquired by me? Deus Phoenix, wait! Oh, this is silly. I will vote for shenanigans. The scholar sets to work with some glee. The document is created and entered into law. The whole city gathers to watch the resulting ceremony, in which the university provost is bonded in matrimony to a goat called Maureen. At the conclusion of the ceremony, the goat eats her hat. The church is only too delighted to officiate. It is a marvellous affair. Beautiful. My jousting victories have made me famous across all the north. In fact, the people in my hometown, Skarma, want to build a statue in my honour. You'll donate to the project, won't you? Doesn't matter. It's good to be appreciated. I mean, if you want to spend $1,000 on a statue, we can. Jousting is tiresome now. The kingdom will be full of goats named Maureen. The people of Skarma rejoice as visitors flock to admire the shiny new statue to their favourite jouster. Meanwhile, the jousting fad whips up a frenzy across the kingdom. I mean, there's a few things here. None of them are really going to matter that much. There is D. I would recommend D. A is good as well. Fund C, 1. Excellent. The cathedral is getting tons of funding. D and C. Spending on D is just throwing money away. I mean, yeah. That is true. It's their money. No one, however, voted for B. Which is why I didn't mention it. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a conqueror. You look like you live up to your words. The kingdom's army is stronger than ever before. Well done, your majesty. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. We shall crush these disloyal nobles, take command of their armies, and force them to submit. Or if you're looking to unite the nobles rather than smash them, you could declare war on the Ashmedian Empire. They'll forget their schemes. If you win. Crush all those plotting against you with an iron fist. A wise decision, your majesty. We'll begin putting together my plans. But of course it won't be easy. Your priority is to raise your authority in the kingdom's overall military as much as you can. Of course, there can't be open rebellion among your nobles. Oh, you will unite! I regret to inform you of the jousting-rated petition from the Marsh, your majesty. Why the regret? It's a splendid idea. Your majesty, we must reinstate jousting as the official justice system of the March. Trial by combat's the way it used to be, before the court started sticking their noses in. Hmm. 100%, it's a critical one! Vote for C. Raise the army for the nobles. I mean, we could vote for B. Just refuse. Better to stick with the courts. The king wishes to crush them. We'll raise our own armies and crush them. I mean, you can. You could certainly try. Your military, however, is pretty good. You're just making my military a bit better. However, you tied the vote. So I'm going with B. Baron Andraxium bows deeply and leaves with a sigh. A wise choice, your majesty. As there's no more talk of trial by joust. In fact, many competitors sell their horses and equipment to enterprising merchants. Look at the barony! Look at how I have fostered this kingdom. Look at how I have made your realm great. Defiance is at 0. Faith is high. Military is decent. Farming and trade are through the roof. You're doing so well. However, Knight preserve us. This is not to be borne. Oh, Grandy Uncle Brandis is a crumpled hat. A hat? Oh, cheers! I think that's mine. This is left on the edge of my estate by a group of barons on holiday, along with a huge number of empty bottles of ale. They scattered picnic baskets everywhere, trampled my crops, sat around a bonfire all night. My horses are terrified. Now I know. A culprit was Baron Ada said that they're dissolute idle friends. We're just enjoying our prosperity and taking a break. Those clear skies, the shining sun. What a nice change from the march. You should be flattered that we're so eager to visit. Flattered? By the 9th, when the barons come to our lands, all we do is cause trouble and destruction. No more holidays. I mean... whatever you want. Vote for whatever you'd like. It's very unfortunate that everyone's goals were tied to stability in the end. I ain't paying nothing! I'll take that stability increase. Encourage the barons to hold aim north instead. Many barons accuse the north of being too cold and inhospitable to have fun. The chiefs take this as a grave insult, getting into a heated argument. In the end, the barons do give in and visit for a few weeks. They arrange a few banquets but soon head home, complaining about the climate. Holiday! You know what, folks? I think we need a bit of money. Oh no! Ambition, tyranny! You've done some redecorating in the throne room, anticipating your future as an iron-fisted tyrant. When the marshal walks in, she whistles appreciatively. I like what you've done with the place. Lots of chains and spikes. Is that a working Iron Maiden? I oiled the hinges myself. Very good. A master artificer looked after his tools. But that's nothing. You pull a lever in your throne, and a trapdoor opens just to the marshal's left. Beneath it is a pit of writhing snakes. All deadly, of course. Ha! Classic! Let them try to vote against you now! She composes herself. I've been surveying the troops across the kingdom. See, it doesn't? It's not guaranteed. They're a complete mess. Barely know how to march in line. One of them won a fight against a training dummy, and I've been asked to give a medal. What do we do? I'll sort it out, your majesty. Just like always. To prove your chances of victory, focus on increasing the kingdom's military and authority as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. It's alright. A new baby! Greetings, your majesty. Some fine news from my knaves in the south. A baby has been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of the number 9. A fantastic omen. Perhaps we should mark the occasion? The king has no time for peasant brats. Send the Inquisition! Could send the Inquisition. Let's see how this does. Nobody expects the Lynde Inquisition. So long, trading. Send the Inquisition in it is. By the 9th, your majesty, I can assure you there's no deception going on here. I'll be the judge of that. When the Inquisition returns, she is forced to admit the birthmark is indeed genuine, but our rude questions and threats have turned the local populace against her. Darn it! It's alright, we have crystal pox here. Your Highness, I bring ill winds. An outbreak of crystal pox is ravaging the north. How many dead? Whole villages have succumbed. The disease is terribly virulent. Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion. Victims of crystal pox are only infectious in the boil stage. Once they're covered in crystals, they no longer spread the disease. Indeed, the pox crystals can be harvested and used for jewellery. If we allowed the pox to spread, we can make money in the north. By Oddheld's horn, woman, that's heartless even for you! The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down all trade until the wave subsides. Is that what you want? For the north to lose money? Well, all these options aren't good. However, this is always going to be a bad event. Which one of these don't I want? That one. We need to do something. I say quarantine is probably the best. Aloha's military. No. They're going with quarantine here. Quarantine the north. Blockades are placed on the north roads leading in and out of the north. Nobody goes in or out. For a month, the crystal pox ravages the countryside. When the blockades are lifted, many fields lie fallow and no farmers left to tend them. Northern villages are dotted with gleaming statues of the afflicted, but thanks to the council's quick thinking, the disease doesn't spread beyond the north's borders. Once the roads reopen, the chiefs harvest gemstones from the quarantined dead and sell them for a tidy profit. How long's the game? As long as it needs to be. Any of these I want? No, actually, these are fine. A new contraption, red hot chilies, stargazing. Huh. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. These archboffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the Ninth God's wrath. Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for the observatory, high in the southern hills, but it's on Grandee Rudy the Wolf's lands, and they refuse to let us build there. Such things are heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the Ninth God intended. Who put you up to this idea, Bet it was one of those barons like Bomfy M. I mean, we could just construct the observatory. It seems like an idea. We could just construct it. Science! Let's just go with science. We like science, don't we? We didn't actually construct the observatory last time. This is a different thing. Science for the science mouse. Yes, indeed. We'll just go, yeah, we'll just construct it. It's fine. People will learn stuff. Construct the observatory. The Grandees grumble and groan, but construction goes ahead. Over time, the observatory provides new jobs and brings many travelling scholars to the area, paying for itself many times over. I haven't had this event yet. 3, 2, 1, bite! Two nobles dangling red chili peppers over their tongues chew ferociously at their respective vegetables. I can't take it anymore! As Baron Spook spits out his chili, the council hall erupts in cheers. Please explain what's going on. Their Grandee Daffy D. Macbrain's famous red-hot Hazavian chilies. Where have you been all year, your greatness? The chili craze is spreading along the kingdom, your majesty. Nobles and commoners are competing to create the hottest chili in Celeste Ath. So far, Grandee Daffy McBrain holds the crown. Very well. Carry on. Your Highness, perhaps you'd like to sponsor my growing contest. I'm looking for the hottest chili in my land. The winner will receive a hefty cash prize. Or you could sponsor us barons. With the treasury support, we'd be sure to win. Nay, the king should sponsor us. We'd have a better chance, and everyone knows it. Sponsor the competition and double the prize money! Sponsor the competition and double the prize money, eh? Yeah! Sponsor the competition, double the prize money! More money! We can do it! We're gonna get into this craze! It's gonna backfire horrendously at one point. It's gonna be glorious! Yay, silly! You've always got to vote for silly. Like, I've had many runs in this where I've ended it on silly, because I just wanted to see what happened. Sponsor the competition! Simply sublime! With your backing, the competition is sure to be a success. Indeed it is! In the end, it's welcome to Tiny Train World of the Barons who produced the hottest pepper, a massive, bulging red thing that could crush a finger if mishandled. Bravo! What a diabolical spice! With your added incentive, your new life is injected into the ailing farms throughout the kingdom. Look at this kingdom! Peppers are the future of haute cuisine. Northern chiefs swear by their new chili and turnip soup, while the Baron's fabled ox brain pie is given a spicy twist. And then... Your Majesty, a grandee by the name of Alexa Aranel wants to present you with a new invention. Your Holiness, we're entering a modern age, a more humane age. Yet, botched executions are commonplace. Decapitations where the head doesn't come off, or hangings where it does. No more! Behold, a merciful machine for removing heads quickly and painlessly. I call it the Alexa Aranel. She swishes away a cloth to reveal a huge machine of iron and wood. It has a hole for someone to place their head, and a heavy blade dangling ominously above it. The sight sends a chill down your spine. How efficient. Precisely. With the Alexa Aranel, you'll send 12 heads a-rolling in the time it takes an ordinary executioner to chop off a single neck. With a little funding... Your Majesty, I can distribute the Alexa Aranel across the kingdom. Bring it to the council, then. You won't regret this. No. We're not doing B. B's monstrous. We did B once before anyway. B's fine. B is not fine. B ain't fine. Roll it out. Hundreds of Alexa Aranels are built in southern workshops and sent to courthouses all over the kingdom. Soon you're chopping out through the backlog of condemned prisoners at unprecedented speed. And unprecedented mercy. We'll see how we do, mankinds. Back in the march, Baron Spook has met with his co-conspirators once again. Brandy is being passed in good measure, but there's little cause for celebration. It's no good. The peasants aren't losing momentum. If we don't keep up the pressure, they'll go back to living their lives in peace. Bah, lazy good-for-nothings. Can't even get off their backsides for one measly revolt. We have to keep them unhappy. Don't allow the king time to stabilize. The Baron's goal is to lower stability to 4 or less. Alright. We're going to try this again.
Mayhem!
That is Foxy Mofo there with 40 months in Prime Gaming. Sorry for missing some months. That is not a problem. It's great to have you here. Always great to have you here. Thank you ever so much. Marshal requests you come visit the war room first thing in the morning, and she has news from her troops. 90%. The troops are looking good, Your Majesty. The marcher soldiers are antsy and eager for blood. Now the key is to make sure the armies are loyal to us, not to their region. Easier said than done, of course. I need to speak to the ordinary soldiers, grease some palms, smoke some cigars, reminisce over old war stories. They don't respect the council any more than I do. But at the end of the day, Your Majesty, it'll come down to how much they respect You. Peso bucks for the kingdom, indeed. That evening, she rides out to meet with the kingdom's soldiers and get the lay of the land. Wait for her return.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Dark over there with 37 months Prime Gaming. More Peso bucks! Thank you ever so much! Also, remember, if you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, change Amazon Prime, something spending when like you be spending on me! I won't say no. Right, how it works, Wolfhead, is if you're new, you can get assigned, like, randomly. If you were already in this lineage at one point, it remembers who you are and whose side you're on, and you rejoin that side. That's how it remembers. When she returns, the Marshal punches you in the arm so hard you almost puke. Is that good? Was that a happy punch? The troops are with us. They're fed up of the council passing all these namby-pamby so-called laws. It's time for an iron fist to punch this kingdom back into shape. Over the next few weeks, soldiers across the kingdom mutiny against their commanding officers and swear fealty directly to the king. It was unfortunate that everything was linked to stability. I didn't know that would happen. It was very unfortunate. The chiefs got close. If everybody else wasn't also on that, it might have happened. But in the end, everybody was working against the chiefs. The nobles begged for a council session to discuss the crisis, but you put them off, blaming the renovation of the council hall. Of course, there's one person you can't avoid, your husband. This is a fine to-do, eh? Never thought you'd take control of the armies of my own homeland. If they wanted me to leave them alone, they shouldn't have schemed against me. Ha! Might be you're right. At long last, you're sure the armies of the kingdom are in the palm of your hand. You allow the council session to go ahead. The final council session. The marshal stands at your right hand, flanked by a garrison of the city watch. Your honor guard flanks you on the other side, ready for anything. We didn't even need the honor guard. The nobles file in one by one. Is that an Iron Maiden? Most of them are looking nervous, but Baron Area High One just looks angry. Your recent conduct has been outrageous, Your Highness! Unforgivable! Delaying the council session, secret meetings with our soldiers, violating the feudal contract. My top officers have been killed in this little mutiny of yours. Let's call a vote right now. I'm ready to deprive you of the crown. No, scratch that. I'm ready to deprive you of your head. How mean am I feeling here? Everyone wants the lever! Pull the lever, Lynde! The trapdoor opens beneath Baron High One's feet. With a strangled shriek, they fall into the pit of snakes. Ah! There's a moment of silence. Your Highness, I'm sure we're all delighted to be here. Right, you lot. I don't think we need any more votes, do we? The king can take over from here. Of course, Marshal. Now get out. All of you. As the nobles shuffle out with their tails between their legs, you let out a joyful laugh. Maybe some would describe it as an evil cackle. But those people would be dissidents, and you deal with them harshly. Without the council holding you back, your daily duties are so easy, so efficient. Your firm grip on the kingdom will secure an excellent future for little Lynde III when the time comes. Your reign of terror is here, but your future has only just begun. Unable to convince the peasants to act in time, the Baron's scheme fizzled into irrelevancy. Perhaps next time they'd take matters into their own hands, instead of hinging their plans on the whims of common folk. The chief's arrangement with the ice giants fell apart, and the giants ended up attacking the north instead. The subsequent war kept the chiefs too busy to worry about matters of the throne. The Grandee's attempt to replace the king's advisors never panned out. One night, Grandee Andy the Grunt awoke to find a smiling spy master holding a knife to his throat and kindly asking him to desist. I got the game. When do my people... when are people I may be able... Okay, you make people, if you've joined already, Wolfhead, they specific people will appear in the next dynasty. As it stands right now, they won't until we start a new dynasty. Sure, the Baron's lost, but you won a chili contest. King Lynde II's reign spanned another 15 blood-drenched years. The council couldn't defy him, fearing a gruesome fate. It was a dark and fearful time for everyone but the king, who seemed to enjoy himself immensely, especially when spikes and thumbscrews were involved. King Lynde the Cruel. Ooh. Well, didn't expect it to get that grim. But you were the ones that told me to pull the lever. You were the ones that wanted the lever. I was tempted to just intimidate, but no, we went with pull the lever. Wealthiest noble and the poorest noble. Are you proud of yourself for winning? Immensely. Look at that kingdom! Look at that kingdom that Lynde is inheriting. It's a poor kingdom, but it is a kingdom. Hope the snakes had a good time. You can't have a lever and not pull it. We can certainly start the next reign. We won't be able to finish it, but we can absolutely start it. My streams tend to be about 3 or so hours long, so we have another, like, 40 or so minutes. We can get started. And, yeah, the kingdom we're inheriting might be a bit of a poor one, but it's rich in manpower. Animal Crossing is 90. The other games are about 3 hours. Yeah. We could finish it if we got very unlucky. This is incredibly true. As a record, I have never managed to get beyond a third monarch. I've got to 3. I've never got to 4. I've never got to 4. Also, get tangy. Have a tangy. Also, I have a little thing to throw on wish list. I think you got to 4. Did I get to 4 with Veronica? I don't remember. Anyway, how was the kingdom? Okay, it starts with a bit more money. Let's do that council introduction again. Fish baby made to 4. Yeah, Bella. Now's your queen. Your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Baron's looking great. Good luck in the days ahead, your greatness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. May the ninth god bless your reign. You got rid of the Iron Maiden? Oh, that's good. Hail and well met, your highness. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as nobles argue. Is this what your father fought so hard for? Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your father, but I will never say otherwise, just in case he comes back from the dead. But now is the time for you to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. I should get changed into my waterproof clothes then, shouldn't I? It's probably for the best, your Majesty. Let the Gorban nobles in? I mean, let's be honest here, we all know what's happening. How old is that Chancellor? I don't know what you're talking about. They're fine. Immediate bankruptcy. Just immediately bankrupt everyone. But no, it's river time. It's always river time. Hello, Voronel. River, river, river! Sploosh. In you go. You will be thrown in the river. What kind of coronation is this? A very traditional ceremony, dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true queen. And we're thrown in once again. Sploosh. Now, path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill. I got you new boots, by the way. The other ones were made of iron and had spikes on them. And with your father out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for an opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? This is a tricky one. As having lived.
I was alive. I was alive. I did it. I lived. And then I.
I think we have. Have we done the Peacekeeper? Have we done Peacekeeper? Saint would be incredibly hard. Saint would be pretty much impossible. We'll do Peacekeeper. We've done all of them at least once. We've done all of them at least once. An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving this kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, you'll return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. This will go horribly wrong. Rupert of the Welcome to Tiny Train World bloodline, infamous Marcher Hunter, stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. Look, last time we had a golem, and the kingdom is great and brilliant, but I could totally do it better, alright? Treasury, lower others military, lower stability. Huh. Remember what happened with Uprising last time. Good luck! Yeah. Hey, why don't you vote for B? B will go great! Propaganda. The Barons ain't planned to persuade the population that only a charismatic general can protect them. First, the common folk must be afraid. You must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Meanwhile... eccentric northern god speaker stands precariously on a longhouse. That's a fine portrait. Chiefs of the North, I should be on the throne, and I'm not drunk. I might be a little drunk. Oh, go on, pick intimidation, it'll be funny. Pick intimidation, it'll be funny. Go on! Actually, don't pick intimidation, it'll be terrifying. Prophecy is there too. I mean, you've pretty much won there with intimidation. On the first part. But our queen asked us to! The chiefs plan to hold the queen hostage in her own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, you must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. So yeah, yours is pretty much done. However, Sabino. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, do you like my hat? It is a fascinatingly fine hat. I mean, there is sorcery, but don't pick it. Fervor's actually one that could happen. I mean, you can't lose fervor. That's an amazing one. So one of these has to go through. We can be the wizards. The grandee claimant Sabino has been chosen by Menive to be the next king. He has promised the first miracle, food for all. To advance their scheme, yeah, there's no way you could lose that. Like, literally no way. Sad wizard, I know! I tried to get you to hire the wizard. Take that. Your honor guard, the jousting there's another jousting tournament. One evening, you're sitting up in bed when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber. Hello, you Madge. Glad I found you. Bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? I do mind. Oh, stand then. No problem. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea. What if we chop the legs off horses and replace them with wheels? Boom! Faster transport. Before the peasant can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I had no idea where the palace watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder? No. Vote? No. No. I'm not starting my kingdom off with this terrible idea. You really want me? No, I'm no. No, no. Have you asked what have you realized what he wants? He wants to chop the legs off horses and stick wheels to them. No. They could go, it'll kill the horse. It'll kill the horse. All my best ideas come from random strangers. We don't know that. We don't know that. I'm folding my arms right now. My head is tilted and I have the Has chat ever led you wrong? I've got something for you right here. This is me right now. That is me right now. That right there, that Edna just looking at you all. That is me. He's speaking nonsense. Your martial sword flashes, parting the peasant's head from his shoulder. Blood spurts across your favourite duvet. If there's one thing clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe. Not like this pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. I know who I want to hire. I wait with bated breath, Your Majesty. Give me the Baron March soldiers. You make the arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your thrones, hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a scar bigger than the last. Now, we had the nuns last time. Your Majesty, it is my singular honour to invite you to attend the annual Night of the Seven Pyres celebration. Oh, it's this, is it? I look forward to attending. Wonderful. I trust you'll finance it. I'm sure it'll be a night to remember. I look forward to it, Your Highness. By the way, guess what? There's a jousting tournament. Well, Wonderful! I will compete myself. Superb, Your Majesty. I will send your acceptance directly. We are competing. We are also... right. So, this is going to be very interesting. I know exactly what's going to happen here. Why don't we invite the king and let him pay for it? I see things are being funded with one. Still, I know! This time I'll see if I can get the money choice. Like, I really couldn't get the money choice last time. It really didn't end well for me. It really didn't end well for me last time. D and A. Yep, that's exactly what I thought would happen. D and A. Resulting in nothing happening. An ironic execution. Your Majesty, my little birds have brought most interesting news. Grandee Alexa Arenal is a traitor. She's been selling southern military secrets to Ashmead for substantial amounts of cash. Oh, lies, Your Highness! I've been feeding Ashmead strategic misinformation to lull them into a false sense of security. And besides, you can't cut off my head. My family invented the Alexa Arenal. It's in the name. The old King Lynde promised my family it would never be used against us. Would you break that vow? Have Grand Alexa Arenal shot full of arrows instead. I mean, arrows. Hey, no one's wanting your treasury up. This is true. Actually, we could confiscate her ill-gotten gains. I'll leave the choice to you, arrows or money. I mean, money could be used to hire wizards. And we like hiring wizards, don't we? Could just say, yeah, just fire arrows at you. Now we want blood. Well, you're gonna get blood. By no wizards. Shot full of arrows. Grandee Alexa Arenal is tied to a tree. Your archers raise their bows. Hang on, maybe cutting off my head would be quicker. Is it too late to change my mind? The only answer is a volley of arrows. Whoops! Your Majesty, you need to get on that whole finding a person to marry so you could have children. We gotta get this done. Thanks. I'll get right on finding people. There are plenty of them in the kingdom. I'm sure someone around will want to marry you. The barons have assembled upon the jousting field, watching from tall stands. The place is buzzing with excitement. A servant straps on your arm and helps you mount your horse. She hands you your lance and you ride out to the field. Welcome, one and all. We have a most thrilling guest today. As you ride your horse, nobles gasp and stare. I will wave enthusiastically. Cheering her up, some nobles stamp so hard that stands tremble. When the jousting starts, you quickly rise. Your opponents swerve each time they approach. They don't want to hurt a queen. Puts dents in the challenge, really. Bracing match, isn't it? You're beating everyone soundly. Do I make the most of my advantage? could disguise myself and look for a real match. No, we've done that before. Let's do the most to our advantage. Your opponents do not dare touch you. One deliberately falls off his horse rather than risk regicide. By the by, the audience is in good humor. But by the end, the audience is in good humor, laughing at your opponents and cheering for you. At the end of the tournament, Baroness Neo Nautilus cheerfully hands you a bag of gold as your prize. Oh, that was amusing. How people have money. I think we can afford that. That's probably about all I want to do. I get the feeling I know what I'm going to need this money for. Hiring wizards, no doubt. Maybe you can lower the chief's defiance? Maybe. Maybe. Or I could just leave it like that and have tons of money. Why would you cruel tax us? We're loyal. Because there's a bit of legal room apparently. Even if I'd have mixed the W and the L alone, that would have been Wiggle Loom. The wiggliest loom! Lucky number there. Life of a champion? The Archbishop requests. Let's go for Life of a champion. I regret to inform you that I have jousting news from the marsh. Do they want me to come back? Not exactly, Your Majesty. The people of the marsh have been very inspired by your performance. The barons have petitioned for a jousting school to be set up in your name. Oh! Set up a culinary school instead! Huh. I mean, what about food? Hmm? Come on, people! Food! Set up a food college. Come on! Food! We love food! We eat it. I eat it. It's tasty. It's making me hungry for food. It's too late for me to eat food. It's way too late for me to eat food. But spider jousting! But spider chefs! Hello, I am the chef with 8 legs, and I will cook 4 meals simultaneously. Never too late. It is too late for food sometimes. What? A culinary school? Great God, my liege! Are you just doing this because it's cheaper? You visit the new school to cut the ribbon. In your speech you declare that the march must be ready to abandon the lance in favour of the humble folk. Against all odds, your words strike a chord. A fad for hot cuisine sweeps the marsh, and its kitchens bustle with exquisitely trained chefs. The sudden demand for vegetables other than cabbage supports a number of new farms. After a particularly delicious feast, even Baroness Neo Nautilus is forced to praise your judgment. Though a decline in jousting certainly has an impact on the marsh's tally of new recruits. Your Majesty, I wish to speak to you about the situation in the north. Too long have the Northerners been allowed to worship their heathen tree gods, in brazen defiance of the ninth god. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the north. It's for the good of the realm. You have my express permission. Wonderful. I will make the preparations right away. The other regions are less than thrilled that you did not consult the council about the Archbishop's request, but it doesn't stop the mission from going planned as ahead. Your stable and prosperous kingdom gives weight to the missionary's words. How else could the kingdom be doing so well, if not blessed by the ninth god himself? Turns out to be a rip-roaring success. Trust in my clergy is high, and so northern villagers convert in droves, whole cities at a time. The Archbishop's more than pleased. He even diverts some of the new northern tithe to you as thanks, topping up the treasury. I found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young candidate from each of the 3 kingdoms. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Partner for life to have and to hold, don't forget. Indeed, your majesty. Let's look at these people. Sorcha, first-born daughter of a northern Voronel clan. She was a typical northern lass, as far as I can tell. Big, loud, social graces of a goat. Means well. Spends most of her time ranging the mountaintops, hunting wolves and wyverns and strange northern beasts. People say she holds a grudge, though. On the south, Andona, the eldest heir of the Alias lineage. Prone to depressive episodes, apparently, but they mean well. Like many in the south, they claim to put their faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns. They've got grand plans. And finally, we have the martyr's offering, Maximilian, sire of the prestigious Rackenshin bloodline. Timid fellow, not the kind that does well in the march, bless him. Perhaps the palace will suit him better. He can always be found at the card table, drunk as a skunk, betting away his inheritance. When he's deep in his cups, apparently, he mutters on about revenge. Revenge! I think I have made my decision. Receive attraction bench. This is difficult, because if I pick the chiefs, the grandees will get mad. They have the best military. If I pick the grandees, the chiefs will get really mad. It also leads to some very, very troubling things. The barons will make us all mad. It does matter. The military does weigh in. It absolutely does weigh in. Do it for fun. Say no. You want me to just say no? And just scupper myself? Yes, actually, I think I have refused once. Maybe? I'm gonna pick the north. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. I think that was a good idea. While the Queen settles in for a young reign, General has risen to the march, the formidable, indomitable Baroness Ruperta. You fools! You were supposed to drown the kingdom in chaos, but it's as calm as a Calabrian convent. Will we double our efforts, General? The Barons aim to lower stability to 4 or less. There it is! You like money, don't ya? 'Cause we've got money! Also wedding. Money! What happens to not paying us off? I changed my mind. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I now pronounce you queen and wife. At the wedding, of course, there's a feast. After the feast, a dance. Your new wife dances so vigorously she spills wine over herself. Good God, I am also very drunk. So drunk. Look at how boozy I am. Why are you so full of energy? Oh, you sound just like my mother. She's been asking that question since I was 5 years old and swinging from the chandelier. What do you do with your spare time? Oh, nothing beats the romance of the hunt. Roaming the great outdoors, searching for my prey. What did you think of the wedding? It was damn beautiful from start to finish, wasn't it? I had a whale of a time. Well, clearly. No time like the present. Off they go! Getting things started. Irritating visitors. Your Majesty, I can't stand it any longer. I need you to do something. Who peed in your porridge this morning? I have filthy peasants scrabbling all over my newly built library, putting out candlesticks, knocking over bookshelves. They've heard legends of buried treasure beneath the site of total nonsense, of course. I need you to keep these greedy treasure grubbers off my land. Actually, these rumours might not be nonsense. After conquering the north, Queen Harold the Great said to have buried a huge stash of stolen loot, spoils of war in the area. Why would they waste some perfectly good gold by burying it? King Harold had plenty of cash by that point. Presumably he meant to come back and dig it all up one day, but he went off to invade Kyrth and got himself killed. Maybe this is an opportunity, though. What are you suggesting? We could search the treasure ourselves, send a team of diggers to take the place apart brick by brick, and dig deep into the foundations. By Otheld's horn, what are you saying? That would destroy the whole place. Could dig up fake treasure. Actually, you guys want money, right? You want money, don't you? You've been itching for money this whole time. Money! Look at all this. I'm offering you money. War. On your lack of money. This is a great idea. War on your lack of money. There's money in the walls, and there's money in your pockets. By the way, watch this fail. 10% of the time this will fail. 10% of the time this fails. You bury a fake hoard of tin coins painted to resemble gold if you squint from a great distance. Then you dig it up and declare that King Harold's treasure has been discovered. I must commend the council on their genius. Since the fake hoard was discovered, I haven't been bothered by treasure hunters at all. Unfortunately, things don't go so well for you. The peasants now think you're swimming in wealth and demand all sorts of tax breaks and new roads you can't afford. When their demands aren't met, they call you a money-grubbing skinflint. See? It's not all great. Get a reduction in stability. It's not long until the night of the Seven Pyres. As you journey south, the sun beats down like a hammer. Grandee Daffy meets you at the gates of the city of Sararona. Glad you could make it, Your Highness. Welcome to Saranona. Beautiful place you have here. The whole city is excited to have you here, Your Majesty. Citizens cannot wait to see your pyre burn. You will provide the surrounding entertainment and arrange the event's spectacular climax. First, which of the deposed gods would you like to be responsible for burning? We'll go with the Poison Eater. An excellent decision. Traditionally, the sixth god's effigy is over 50 feet tall and burned outside the city in a nearby orchard. Now, what kind of entertainers will you be hiring to surround your pyre and impress spectators? I think we're gonna get lion tamers. A spot of danger should keep the peasants interested. You'll need more than that to draw a crowd, however. Who else? Not everyone. Clowns! I must admit, Your Majesty, the things horrify me. But it's your decision. Anything else? And acrobats. Trapezing above the roaring flames, enough to make even the heart sing. With all his entertainers, your pyre will be quite the spectacle. That's all. Your work is not yet done, Your Majesty. You must decide on the pyre's spectacular climax. Sometimes we go with fireworks, but those are expensive. The black powder must be sourced all the way from Kyrth. A less exciting alternative is to topple the effigy over like a falling tree. We shall do a normal amount of fireworks. Wonderful, Your Majesty. Your pyre will culminate in a fireworks display, bringing the night sky alive. I will make the arrangements of... I know what happens if you have too many. I can't wait! Soon the night the Seven Pyres is upon you. The streets of Saranona are crammed with merrymakers. As the royal stagecoach makes its way to the orchard, the citizens greet you with cheers and tossed roses. The effigy of the 6 towers of treetops, 50-foot woman covered in thousands of flowers. As it bursts into flames, out come your acrobats, clowns and lyre tamers. The clowns honk and squeak, the lions pose and prance and leap through hoops. Overhead, acrobats glide above like the flames and like doves. The crowd applauds, delighted at the sheer spectacle. Finally, your effigy explodes and fills the night sky with fizzling colours. The crowds coo, the surrounding trees look distinctly flammable. Fortunately, no stray spark catches anything alight. Thank the stars! You didn't want to be known as the queen who burnt down Saranona. Next day, you anxiously wait to hear of how the South reacted to your fiery display. Congratulations, Your Majesty! All anyone can talk about is your spectacular pyre. Everyone agrees. You honoured the ninth god. Put on one heck of a show. Excuse my blasphemy. Praise the ninth god. Praise be upon him, Your Highness. I hope you come down someday for another night at the Seven Pyres. That went well. It's alright, this ends up not going so well for me. Up in the north, Chief Landlock is hosting a grand feast. Our plan is going better than expected. The spy master thinks that all is well in the kingdom. Thanks to her lack of attention, I've recruited troops from among the hill folk north of the border, even though it's forbidden. Things are proceeding better than I imagined. Our next step is to replace the palace watch with our own agents. Indeed, the Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the watch are another story. If the queen can't pay them, they'll look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, you must lower the treasury to 1,500 or more. Meanwhile, the prophesied Ninth Herald is finally manifested on Celeste Ath, taking the form of a humble noble known as Sabino, who hails from a farming village in the southern hills. Also the grandees claim. Aha! Peasants all over the south are flocking to you, Sabino. I knew you could do it. The plentiful crops have been a significant boon to our economy. That's what I call a miracle. Praise be, but this is just the beginning. With him on our side, we will capture the minds of the common folk and lead a holy crusade against the false queen. People still need to push, however. With the right amount of chaos, the peasants will take up arms and die for you. Ah, that's unfortunate. So both of you need stability down. Your Highness, you recall the Queen's consort recent visit to my lands? Oh yes, something about your lovely local cheese. Quite so. More importantly, your wife went on a hunt with some of my vassals and retainers. I have bad news. I will allow this good peasant to explain. Your Majesty! Relax, take your time. It was a Queen consort, a prize sow, princess. She was loose in the field that day. We had her grazing, and your wife, the Highness, she shot her! Is this true? I'm not sure, honestly. I was mightily drunk that day. Please, Your Maj, Princess is worth more than my whole farm. My family might not get through the next winter without her. I am afraid, Grandee, the entire population of Mars will have to cover the loss. Why? But that's... Thank you, Your Maj. You're most kind. Grandee, the entire population of Mars too, sets his jaw tightly, then nods. Your wife visibly relaxes her shoulders as the judgment is rendered. Whew! Your Greatness, there's a problem with the library we built in the north. Moisture is seeping into the walls, and the books are damp and mouldering. That's what you get for building a library in the snow. It looked damn pretty when it was built, I can tell you that. We can repair some of the library, maybe even save one of the sections if we have help, but we don't have enough resource to rescue the whole thing. Save the books on military strategy. Focus on protecting the economics section. I mean, I don't have a horse in either of these. I don't have a horse in either race. Vote that one. After this season, by the way, I will be calling the stream, I believe. My voice is starting to get a bit hoarse today. I can nay carry on for much longer. Don't know why. It's been a week, I'll tell you that. Last week, that is. Gotta make sure his voice is okay. Besides, it's only like a little bit earlier. Just ride with it, Kiko. I'd rather not. I need this voice for tomorrow. Could have fooled me. Oh! The Treasurer makes the necessary arrangements and prepares to get underway. The Chiefs develop a streamlined economic policy based on my rescue books, laying out exactly how many turnips are equivalent to a goat, but the other section moulders away into obscurity. As you attempt to stick 4 wheels on your voice, that's true! Grandee Gooberfish 6221 strides into the council chamber, brandishing a clay pot from which grows a long leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our experts farmers have discovered a new kind of plant, Your Majesty. I thought you might like to name this exciting discovery. I recommend Planty McPlantface. Descriptive. I like it. This stuff grows wonderfully fast. It tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the south as livestock feed. Or perhaps it would make a nice addition to the palace decor. I mean... ban the crop, it might be dangerous. Why would we vote C? That seems like a terrible idea. Why? They may need more farming. But money. To raise defiance. You know you have to compete with my 10 authority, right? Nothing bad will happen from this. There'll be absolutely something bad that ends up happening from this. Like, cataclysmically bad. Southern farmers plant fields of Planty McPlantface to support their livestock. It spreads alarmingly fast. The pastures become known as the Planty McPlantface Sea. Villagers claim you could walk for a day and not reach the end. Good old Planty McPlantface. Yeah, has been doing very well. Okay, there's a lot of things that could be voted on here. None of these are things that really... You've all got money now. You've all got money. I know exactly what's going to be voted on here. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. None of that surprises me. How much money do I have? I believe if you highlight... Oh, I could look for you. You have 1,450. Yeah, I'm not shocked that's gonna be, You are pretty rich. Some of you, like Tiny Train, are just hoarding money. But we're all spending very frugally. Those reigns of frugality have really paid off. There we go. Good idea to keep it from the rainy day. Yep, A little bit less stability, a little bit more trade. What? More rumblings at the university? Next time, folks, we have even more rumblings about the university. My one gold funding strategy has been paying off. It has! Crop Light, who would have... It's fine. It's fine. It is a silly game. It is a very silly game. It keeps serving mushy peas at the university. Thanks to stream. It's no problem. I apologize. It's like a little bit earlier finishing, but my voice, I feel it being a bit croaky. I don't want to push it too hard. We literally thrive on silly. I mean, that's pretty much all of my content. Thriving on silly. It's what I do. It's what I do. By the way, the person that we will indeed be raiding today, they are playing a game that is a bit, bloody and violent, and definitely has some sort of, otherworldly horrors to it. So, keep that in mind as we go and raid this person. But I must thank you all for being here, because you're all absolutely fantastic and amazing and brilliant and wonderful. I couldn't do what I do without you, I wouldn't want to do but yeah, wouldn't want to do what I do without. No, not ET, much worse than that. But you are all the heart and soul of my community, you make it all possible, and I couldn't be happier doing what you do. Seriously, like, you're all amazing, you're all super supportive, and there are a couple of things I need to quickly talk about before we conclude. Starting off with my website, kokoska.com, which Tiny Train has already posted there, thank you. You can check my schedule there, read the new Dustin, also finding Speaker, and Hope. There's also my Discord. There you can join a larger thriving community, which I'm often a part of. There's loads of places to talk about stuff, loads of emotes based on Let's Plays and streams past and present, and if you link your Twitch and Discord together, and you're sub to me on Twitch, you can use the Twitch emotes on Discord, which is fantastic. Right on schedule there for me, Tiny Train. There's also my Patreon. There you can pledge to support me in doing what I do. I was ahead of you that time. There's nothing hidden behind paywalls, but I do rely on the people that pledge to me to make what I do a reality, and I do sincerely mean that. I mean, this move's happening soon, and once the move happens, I need to, like, look hard at my finances, see how much I need to be earning, and, maybe make some difficult decisions, but, I will, of course, keep you all informed as to when that happens. But, there's a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes, and I do rely on everyone that pledges to me, I truly do. You are the ones that make this all possible, and those that pledge to me not only get a different coloured name on Discord, and my deep and sincere thanks, you also get the ability to put games onto the shortlist for the Patreon voted shortlist. Then, thank you Tiny Train, there's my YouTube channel. Both of them. First Kikoskia, my 16-year-old 10,000 plus video Let's Play channel. I'm so old. And then there is Kikvodskia, which is my newer VOD orientated channel. It's over 800 subs. The goal is to get Kikoskia to 100k subs and Kikvodskia to 1,000. And those of you that sub to me definitely help, and if you're not, if you are sub, press that bell for those notifications. But both channels like engagement. You're not old, you're classic. I like to think that. So liking, commenting on videos does help. Who won this round? The last one was that you saw, the one was me. This one is still ongoing. Now to watch the replay of Lands of Flora again. There's also my... Thank you. My social medias, where you can get notifications about when I start streaming or my Let's Play videos go live. Words. Sometimes they elude me. There's also my Discord that I mentioned before, the Blue Sky Mastodon Instagram, and the community tab on YouTube. There's also my Throne wishlist, where you can put money towards things that bring me joy. There's only one thing on there right now, but if you have suggestions for things that would be good on there, you can put the suggestions up using the suggestions section. Finally, there is me thanking all of you, because seriously, you are all absolutely fantastic and amazing and brilliant and wonderful, and seriously, I couldn't do this without you. I literally couldn't. Like, I know I say this every time, but I do mean it. Without your support, this wouldn't be possible. Like, the streams wouldn't be possible, the Let's Plays wouldn't be possible. I would have to make some very difficult decisions and not make as much content, but you make it so this can happen. And as I said, once the dust is settled on the move, I then will be able to see how much comes in, how much comes out, but hopefully things won't have to change. That is my hope. With your continued support, I can keep doing this for as many years to come. As many years as is possible, making all the content that brings you joy. That's what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. And you are the ones that make it so. So thank you all ever so much. And I know I can always count on you. I know I can. I hope that continues for many years to come. Thank you. And whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope you achieve everything that you set out to do. The next stream is tomorrow, 2 PM GMT. It's Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's Adorable Central. More importantly, we're probably going to get photos, or someone may ask to leave. I'm looking at you, Olivia. And I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. And remember, be nice to each other, everyone. For if everyone is nice to each other, the world would be that much better a place. And we all want that, don't we? Well, I certainly do. And I hope you do too. Later. Next Monday, by the way, 7 PM GMT, we continue the reign of Lynde III. And it will probably end in catastrophic failure. But it might not. It might not. Later.